Where are we going?
We're going to the Haitian restaurant. I don't remember the name. I gotta look at it in a
The name
second.
is Rose.
Rose something. But we're here to support and show our support to the
Solidarity.
community
Yep.
in Springfield. Now I gotta take to-go orders too.
Oh yeah.
If I don't post that menu in the group chat,
I'm not
I'll
with you.
be.
I didn't
I'm
go.
gonna say it's Darwin's fault. What
I
do you
didn't
think?
go. I'm sick. I didn't
Too
go.
bad he is recording.
Oh, it's
Wow, that's crazy.
That's crazy. That is.
They're already packed.
It's all packed and everything. So you get gold.
They said white rice in it.
Yeah, it's only white rice.
This is your first time in Springfield?
Yeah, take it better.
This is my first time in Springfield.
I'm okay.
Like I've been to Dayton, but never to like Springfield.
So, you say you do photography, right?
I do.
Okay.
My company is called Forever Photos Ohio. I took a break, but I am coming back at in beginning of next month to the end of the year. I normally do like Christmas pictures, fall pictures, birthday photo shoots, anything you need. I pretty much can do it.
Studio pictures?
I do studio pictures.
Oh, you got to train me. Okay. So I was thinking videos. All right.
No,
So,
see, and I need to learn how to do videography. So we can learn off each other.
all right. So, we're here in Springfield, Ohio, and I have here with me
Joanna.
Joanna. All right. You are from
New York originally, but I live in Columbus, Ohio now.
All right. And I also have
Darwin. Originally from Haiti, born and raised. Now living in Columbus, Ohio.
all right. Cool. I forgot my mic. So I talk. So one thing I noticed is on the right here, you both have kids, and the situation affects the kids. So if you want to talk about the situation with the kids, with the attacks.
So like with my daughter, she's gotten the question already asked, like, do you guys feed cats and dogs at your house and stuff? And that made her go away because we actually have pets. We don't eat cats or dogs. So it's hard to explain to your 10-year-old that something was put out in the media, and so now people have questions about her culture, but that doesn't define who she is. And we certainly don't. So we had a conversation about it. She's good now, but it did hurt her feelings a little bit.
So I don't know if you mind sharing, but like she's not in Springfield, but like where is she? Like she's in Ohio, but
in Ohio,
different school, different.
Yeah, she's in a whole different, far away, like 2 hours away. So, and it's still affecting her there. So,
All right, and
Well, I'll say for my kids, my daughter came to me and asked me a question about, she was like, Mom, some of my friends said that they had Haitian eat cats and dogs. Do we? I'm like, no, we don't. It's just a political view. People just put it out there. Don't pay attention to them. They were very understanding. At first, she started crying. And she's like, I don't understand why people will eat a pet. But I had to break it down to her. But I guess she's going through with it, by understanding. But we can do our best to just help our kids navigate this well.
very cool. So hopefully, yeah, but I've been interviewing Caucasian people, but now I have Haitians here. Like, share your history from being from Haiti and moving to America. Like, when you first came and here, is a similarity? Like, what was a series event that happened?
When I first came here, I came here in 2009. I was in Florida, which I didn't have having a problem because Florida is kind of like a little Haiti. So we were surrounded by black people just like me. So it was okay. I started really feeling the toys when I came here in Ohio. It was a whole different game. I remember I was working at KFC. I had people coming to my face say I'm selling their job or you can barely speak English, spitting drink on my face just because I wasn't white. But I think this made me a little bit stronger because the job is for it's for everybody. If you don't want it, somebody else will take it. So, but I learned to not let other people, reaction start getting into me because I came from a background that you work for what you want, you strive for what you need, and nobody can stop you from getting where you're supposed to go.
Okay, so before we move back to Joanna, you said you moved from Florida to here. Like, what made you move? Like,
It was kind of like a trap. I came here for my cousin's. I came here for my cousin's fiance engagement party, and that weekend they took me out everywhere. Like it was just like you think like you're gonna enjoy everything. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I love it here. Like I get to go out, I get to this. Because when I was in Florida, my family there, they're very Christian. You can't even go to the movies. So my cousin was like, yeah, we can do everything. And then 2 weeks later, I moved back here, and it was pretty much the same thing. But my family here was a little bit more open because they understand like we're young, we have to enjoy ourselves. So they didn't like stop us from doing what we wanted to do on the way.
all right, cool. Your journey to Ohio.
Oh, my journey to Ohio. Well, I'm originally from New York. My parents came to Ohio to give us a better life. At the time when we moved here, the cost of living was dramatically different from New York. We went from a 2 bedroom apartment to a 5 bedroom house. So they were able to build their dreams and finish everything here. So that's why we've been here ever since. So
All right, cool. So, just kidding, if I repeat myself, but is this your first time here in Springfield?
it is my first time in Springfield.
Okay,
Yeah.
so how was the vibe coming in?
It was good. It felt good to pull up and be able to see the Haitian people. There were some Haitian people outside. They were talking, they were laughing,
Staring in the car.
they were staring in the car, like who is that? But it's good to see that everybody's like up in spirits and not down like how I thought it would be, I guess. So it's nice to see that. And to be in the restaurant and see all these people here, that's amazing as well. So
So, what makes you a strong Haitian?
what makes me a strong Haitian? My blood? No. um, what makes me a strong Haitian? I don't know. We don't give up. That's something that they teach you very young. Like you don't give up. You try your hardest. You do the best that you can. You strive for greatness. Um, so I think that's what makes me strong. Sets me aside from everybody else.
All right. So, the lucky one that was born in Haiti. So, like, what makes you a strong Haitian?
Oh, we are resilient. Nothing can stop us. You can, like, I'll say it, you can break our back, you can break our bones and everything, but somehow, if you leave us with a little breath, we'll come back. And being in Haiti and being here, it's two different, style of living and everything. And I'll say that there is nothing a Haitian want to do that nobody gonna stop them from doing it.
We're waiting on food still. And here's my question for you. What's the universal Haitian code?
They call niggas black.
What is that? What does that mean?
That
While
means
Nicole,
school, church, home. That's the universal rule.
there's
Every
no
growing up Haitian, everybody knows that you only go to church, you only go to school, and you're only allowed to be at home. Like
there's no spending, sleepover at friends' houses. There's no you're gonna leave the house around 10 o'clock to say, oh, you'll be back later. There's no your friend coming to your house to just sleep with you and open the fridge and do whatever they want. There's none of that.
no.
So, that is a good part. So, what makes it so hard for Haitians, new Haitians, to transition? Like, what is the things that Americans need you need to adjust? Like, what are some things that's culturally us that stops us from growing? Like,
Well, I'm not gonna say that stop us from growing. It's just more of a security of mothers, you know. It's just like us, our Haitian parents, especially the 80s, the 90s, the 70s, sorry, but they're a little bit more preserved. They have to know you before they can let you in their home. Because as I always say, my home is sacred to me. I'm not gonna take anybody and open my door and let them in. You know, so if I bring you to my house, you have to learn how to respect it. So I think that's all Haitian. When we decide to bring somebody around, we expect you to show us the respect that we will give you.
I feel like the difficulty for Haitians that come to America is just learning their new environment, just learning to adjust to, okay, this is the way that these people live versus the way that we live. And then also just learning the language, I think is the biggest barrier that Haitians have. Even with like working with Haitian clients, that is the biggest barrier. It's just learning English. But I feel like once they get that down, I don't feel like it's really hard for them to transition because they're hardworking, they're smart, um, they're determined. They want to build a better life for themselves. So
describe the influx of Haitians. Like,
there's
it was always Haitians everywhere in the world, but like,
there's always Haitians everywhere that you go. But I will say as like one of like the original people, at least in Columbus,
ooh, what's original?
like 2003,
2003.
2003. The people that was here like 2000, like the early 2000s are like the original Haitians. Is what I consider the original Haitians out in Ohio, the Columbus area at least. So for me, it's like a shock to see the influx of people within the last 2 years. I want to say, because now I can walk down, go to any grocery store in the city, and I hear someone talking Creole, and that used to be so foreign, like and even if you did hear them, then I would recognize them and be like, oh, I know who this is, and go about my day. But now
You don't know
I
who.
don't know who to, and
You would like to add to that? Like,
Like she said, you know, when you back in the day, I remember when I first moved here in 2010, me and my cousin would be at the restaurant or the grocery store. We see somebody black, and then we be like, that figure ain't here, no, somebody here. But the person will never turn around to look. But now, you don't know. If you say, that figure I know somebody here, you might turn around and be like, Miriam, so I says again. So you gotta be a little bit more careful, which is a good thing because Columbus is growing, and just like we know, all other areas are growing. So it's great to see that all the Haitians are not only stuck in just one little part.
well, I like it for Columbus because it gives Columbus more diversity
Diversity, yeah.
now. And it's not just the Haitians that's like an influx; it's different nations as well that have come to Columbus. And I love it. Like I love the fact that now people in Ohio have like, I guess it's like a culture shock for them. Like for us, it's not a culture shock
No.
because we come from New York or we come from Florida or Chicago. But like, for them, it's like a culture shock. But I love it because it's growing the city, it's growing the community, it's making people more cognizant of what they say, how they act, and then they also get the hands-on experience to deal with people like us.
so there's recent news that Amazon has joined Intel. This came a few weeks after, well, a week after the immigration thing. So could it be that they're happy about the Haitians being here, but they're not sharing? Wait, my question is, I'm trying to say is, are Haitians? Why does news hate Haiti so much, but still profiting off of us? That's my question. Like,
Because we are hard workers. It's simple. We will do the dirty work. We will do what needs to be done. Like, let's be real. Nothing against the American people. When it comes to winter, when it comes to do the hard job, they don't do it. They all want to work behind the office. They don't want to go in a factory. They don't want to work more than 8 hours. The Haitian, the migrant will do it.
I feel like I agree, but then also at the same time, I feel like these big companies are now coming to these places that have an influx of immigration, like immigrants, I guess. And because one, they can train them. They're trainable. Like, versus someone who's been on the job, who's stuck on this is how it needs to be done. Whatever. Two, most of the people are looking for a job. They're looking for a way to provide for their family. So they're not looking for the high end of the salary range. So I feel like for them it's like a supply and demand thing. We have the people that can work. So let's provide them the job.
So you said that. So my question now is the Haiti situation. All the Haitians are leaving. How do you feel about the condition in Haiti? Like the beaches are now, the tourists are leaving, or they're not attracted to Haiti's. Basically, what I'm trying to say
Is
is like,
that true though, or is that more so like the media trying to portray it like the tourists don't want to go? Because recently I just saw like a cruise that was still going to Labadee, in Haiti, and there's still celebrities that still go to Haiti to go on vacation or whatever. But right now, in the political climate that we're in, they're trying to paint it like, oh, nobody's going there, they're not going to like the country areas, like the rural areas, but like the tourist areas is still making money.
And everything. They are not going to the capital like Port-au-Prince, but they are in Bocapa. They go to Palace of Sources to visit all those monuments that we have here. So when they try to say they're not going, it's a lot of, tricky.
so you're originally from Haiti. Lucky. Would you go back to Haiti?
Oh,
Like,
yes.
what would be the reason?
Oh, yes. I can't wait to go back home. Listen, the food is good. The air is breathable. Like, everything is better back home. Like, come on. I can just lay there and not worry about anything and don't get wet when I eat. Yes.
Yeah.
So Creole was my first language because my grandma didn't speak English at all. So I grew up with my grandma. I had to take ESL classes for about till I was in like fifth grade. And then because of that, my parents stopped speaking Creole at home so that I could adapt English. So I speak Creole, I understand Creole, I do all the things. Whereas my brother, he kind of like struggles because by the time he got to the picture, they had fully
Transition
to English in my house. But obviously, they still speak Creole. They still obviously we go to a Haitian church and they speak French and all of that. But Creole was my first language, and actually, I didn't realize how important that was until I became an adult. And now I watch my children, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I am failing because I need to teach you guys how to speak your native tongue, because it comes in handy for sure.
Alright. Do you want to add to that? Do you speak French? That's
Yes,
the thing.
I do speak French.
Spanish.
I do speak French, Creole, and I had to struggle learning English, but now I say I speak English also. And my kids, unfortunately, the only thing they can say is "moi gogo" and "bonjour," because as a parent, I'm really failing to teach them the language. But lately, they put it on themselves to go on Duolingo, where they're learning Haitian Creole. My daughter recently sent me a whole sentences to a text message, and I was surprised. So I think I can put the effort.
Got me beat. I don't text Creole.
You don't?
No, no read. I just talk for understand. They call me Langwendu. Like, I was like, yeah.
My dad's side used to call me a thing. What's that word?
But the thing is, like, I speak Creole very well. I speak French and write French very well. But when it comes to writing Creole, even I was born in Haiti, me writing in Creole is a little uh, uh, troubling for me because I don't write the proper Creole way.
Isn't it because from what I gather is that like in school you guys do more French than Creole?
Yes, in school there was like, well, for the school that I went to, we were more focused into the French part. Even you had Creole classes, books and everything, but the teachers were more focused on you learning the French or other languages. Because in Haiti, in school, even you had Creole, you had French, you also had English class and Spanish class. But they were more focused on all those other classes than focused on the Creoles, you know?
Yeah.
Cool. On the way here, you was talking about Haitian is Latin America.
Yes, we are part. We are. When I said we are Latin American, we don't speak Spanish, but we are Latin. We came back. We are colonized by the French and by the Latin people. That's why people don't understand. When the Spanish came to Haiti, we took from them in order to become what we are right now. So all the other Latina countries like Dominican, etc., they would not be what they are if it wasn't from us. And like I was saying before, I feel like some people say we should have not taken our independence when we did, because that's what we're paying for right now. But I feel like if we didn't take it back then when we did, when would have been the best time?
What would America be?
You know, because they keep saying we did too much, we did this, but in reality, Haitian was always in the background helping all other countries. We went to Chicago. We were there to help them.
Savannah, Georgia.
Georgia, we were there. New Orleans, we were there. So Haitian are always part of the history somehow. It's just that most people they don't want to recognize that. They don't want to accept that. Because if they do acknowledge that, they're gonna acknowledge that we're supposed to be further than we are right at the moment.
Like housing issues. Like, does New York have the jobs or?
I feel like in New York, um, it's easier to create a job. Like you can come and if you're a handyman, you can basically find jobs and do things that you need to do. Now, the housing in New York, I don't feel they turn everything into a house in New York. You know, like a basement can turn into a 2-bedroom apartment. You know, a closet can turn into a studio apartment. So you'll find somewhere to stay, but is it as comfortable as like here in Ohio? Probably not. But
That was a gold comment. That's gonna go viral. I'm using that.
No, I will say that like living here in Ohio, it's you get more, you find more opportunities than you find in Florida or in New York. Because my sister lives in Florida and she is complaining about the rent that she's paying. And when I be telling her what we're paying here, she's like, okay, I need to move. Because there's no way I'm paying twice what you're paying. And I got a smaller place than you do. So, and I always say, Ohio for me is a state that it's a family state. If you want to raise your kid, get them straight school and everything, just like the Haitian logo, L'école l'Église Lacaille. So Ohio is the state for that. But after that, when they get older, they can go whatever, wherever they want. Advantage of this opportunity.
take advantage of the opportunity. But I feel like for Haitian restaurants, I feel like I wish that they would like prepare so that the service could be
A little bit more better.
But that's it.
We do
I love
know
this for them.
it takes time for the food to be prepared. So if you know you're gonna have a group of people, you're gonna be packed. So if you used to wake up around like 7 o'clock, wake up around 5 now to get everything ready because you want your customers to be satisfied and you want them to keep coming and bring more people.
They have full menu, the full day, breakfast, lunch,
Yeah,
and dinner.
Yeah.
so like you should be prepared for sure. Like with my favorite restaurant when I go back home, they come in like super early, like 5 o'clock in the morning, and they like cook. So by the time they open their doors, they have like their breakfast stuff already out. And then lunch, the same thing. Like, and they have someone continuously like
Keep on
making the same things over because they have their set menu for the day.
So, with the influx of people here, like, what is your vision for Haitians, like outside of factory work? Like, what other opportunities do you see for Haitians in Ohio?
I see a lot of opportunities for them. Ohio is a very blue collar state, so there's definitely room for them to pick up a trade, learn a trade, make a career out of it, make a better life for them and their family. There's lots of schooling opportunities right now in Ohio for regular residents as well as immigrants as well. If they seize the opportunity, it'll be life changing for them for sure.
I'll say that compared to when I first came here in 2010, I came to Ohio. Then, as an immigrant, and seeing the immigrant coming in right now, it's a big difference. They get more support. They open more door for them. So, if those Haitian that's coming here knows how to take advantage of the situation, they will realize a lot.
So how do we educate them in that piece? Like, what's the best communication way to
Best
do it?
communication is by giving them the information, let them know where they can go and find the support. Let them know where they can go and find, those people that can help them. But also make them know that they have nothing to fear. If the government is giving it to them or an organization giving it to them, they have nothing to give back in return. It's not gonna affect them.
So I don't know. People say the government give it to them. I say it like they give a deposit, like insurance. They get a deposit to come in. They just get it for free. So they made that deposit and then they're returning their investment.
Well, I'll say for what I've seen so far, they helping them coming here and get stable and showing them the way to take care of themselves. So if you come in the state and let's say the government choose to help you for a period of 8 months to a year, during that time you get to go to a library. If you cannot go to a ESL class, you go to a library to learn the English because the language barrier is the biggest problem. If you get your proper authorization card and stuff like that, you can start working. So by working, if after a year you start working, you get a license, you can drive. So you should be able to take care of yourself, to start doing everything on your own, not needing somebody to direct you on what you need to do. So I think what the government is doing right now is just showing them the path and see for them to take the lead after, because they have the rest that's coming after them, so they have to have also.
I don't know. Right now, I'm like 50-50 on if I'm staying with the growth, just because, I'm in tech. And right now, a lot of tech companies are coming to the city.
So talk about that. How can Haitians, is it possible North Haitians to be ready for Intel when it comes up?
There's possibilities for Haitians to be ready for Intel, Amazon, for Microsoft, all of that. If they prepare themselves, if they put themselves in the right places to gain the knowledge, they can. It doesn't mean that they have to be like the people who build the buildings or build the roads. They can be the engineers or whatever. They just have to put themselves in the position to do so.
Yeah. And I know right now, it's not official yet. It's just in the work. I know there's something that Ohio is trying to do to see how they can help the people that's already, like, even if you're Haitian or you're from another country, you already had a degree in your profession, so you don't have to go and retake all those classes here anymore. So they're gonna just mentor you, give you like a mentorship, yeah, mentoring for 2 years before you can go and take the state test. So at least you can help, especially with the language barrier for our doctors, nurses here in Ohio. When the Haitian goes, they cannot talk. So they are trying, but it's in work. They haven't been clarified yet, but hopefully it's something that can really happen because it will benefit a lot of people.